All right, peace, y'all. It's your old pal, Nicky Two Shoes, and I have been posting to TikTok on a daily basis almost for the past 2 years, over 2 years, since May of 2022. What have I found out? I'm about to share with you right after this. All right, thanks guys for joining me and stopping by here on the channel. If you're new here and you like what you see, make sure you hit that like and subscribe buttons down below. I'll be posting more about what I've learned over the years of posting on TikTok, including tips about content creation and how not to go viral. Anyway, thanks for being here. Now, back to the episode. All right, so I've been posting every day, almost every day, to TikTok. And there's several reasons why I started on TikTok. And that's one of the reasons I have been focusing on YouTube is that I had, really gave it the college try, to go and see what TikTok was about. So during the pandemic, everybody, we heard about the crazy challenges and Tide Pods and dancing, really. TikTok's built around music. Its foundation, because it really was. And it made it, something of advantageous for individuals to look at. And that's what I was doing in late or mid 2022. It was May of 2022, a little over 2 years ago. I thought about creating video reels, shorts, and that's really what TikTok was then, the 10, 15 second, even less. Shorts, and since then, things have changed, but that's really why I got on the platform. I wanted to create some advertising reels to promote the band. And also, at that time, we just got out of the pandemic. We had a real tragedy in the band I played in and play in the Grapevine. We lost our bass player during COVID, but he had done a lot of the social media stuff. So without him, I was kind of having to pick that up, and I thought maybe I could create some little video content. That's my day gig. I work in IT. I teach at a university in Macon, and I do teach a lot of media development stuff, but I've never really got into, and I teach interactive digital media, but never really got into creating content. And I was thinking, what kind of content could I create if I was going to just recreate content? Obviously music, because I do play music, and that's one of the things, I could use that. And we had some video footage of the band, and I was creating more and getting more when we would go out to gigs. But also we had lost our bass player, and we also had our lead singer. He was a third. There were three of us who were the primary singers in the band. I kind of rose up through as others had left the band. I've been in the band for about 20 years now, but after about the first 10 years, I started singing more and more. But I've never been a singer. Always just more of a piano player. And so this gave me an opportunity when I found out that, I could create content, and started doing the duet thing. I love the duet thing, and it gave me the opportunity to actually practice singing. And I needed to practice singing because at the same time, May of 22, our lead singer of the Grapevine had some health issues, and he was missing some gigs completely. Thank goodness he's back, and doing much better. And but there were shows that Nicky, I would do the whole, we had a replacement bass player. He's singing more and more, but he had just started, didn't know the songs like we do them. And so it was easier for me just to take over and do more of the, just sing all the lead songs instead of bringing somebody in and training them and getting them up. And then, anyway, just made more sense. So sometimes we would bring in a keyboard player and I would be that lead guy, out front being that lead singer. And that was a challenge too, but fun. And I still enjoyed that on occasion. And they let me get out front on occasion too still. But TikTok has been a way for me to practice singing, and also, by duetting with people, hearing the harmonies, also just, being able to not just collaborate, but just be able to get feedback from others and to hear others, right? Because TikTok is a great platform for musicians of varied skill levels. So from beginners to really advanced players, TikTok has them all, and most of the time, everybody is so very giving and positive, and just trying to support each other. And I've only had maybe 2 or 3 negative comments over the 2 years of me posting consistently. And I'll post here on YouTube, and we get more. And I think it's gotten better, but even earlier on. But some people don't realize that TikTok really, you can create community within TikTok. And that's one of the things I've really enjoyed the most about it. It hasn't been going viral because I really haven't gone viral. I started looking at my data, and I'm using a great site that I found out about. It's totally free though, and you just put in your username and it'll pull up how many, if your followers, all of that's available, obviously, and you have following, but how many videos you have total. I'm currently standing at around almost 1,200 videos, and so over 200, over 2 years, not 200 years, but over 2 years of posting. That's a little over almost two per day, and that doesn't count the ones that I've deleted, and I've got some that are in private, that are friends only, that this would not have been able to identify. And those others, that I had to get rid of because of Don Henley. A couple of them really I did. That's another video. We'll talk about that on another day. So anyway, I've been posting maybe a couple of videos a day, and it's content. Sometimes these days I'm being able to reuse content, from the on this day feature. So it's been easier to then be able maybe to update stuff. But it's been a great learning experience. Like I said, I've never gone viral, but I think it's very valuable to look at the data. I am a professor, and I do appreciate data, and I appreciate the stories though that the data tells sometimes. And sometimes it's things you really need to step back and look at more objectively. Although I'm more of in terms of research, if you're going to look at the kind of researcher I am in my day gig as a professor, I fall in that qualitative component. I love stories, not numbers. But this is numbers, and numbers are very, very good to look at on occasion, right? So I was able to pull up this data and look at, what my engagement level is, Still, we're looking at, from this is from the get-go, late May 2022. I have less than a 10% engagement. It's not very good. I've had less than 1 million views. There are those who get one video, it's got multi-million views. But overall, from with an average of these 1,200 so videos, around 750 views per video. That I'm seeing that decline though. And it can kind of stabilize. And the algorithm I've seen over the years fluctuate, and sometimes can be really giving if they're trying something. I've got a video out there, I don't know why, but they pushed it. And this is what I'm telling you, I do not like where TikTok has gone, because it's just now a pay-per-view platform. It's going to give you a few hundred views. And then if you pay $20, it'll give you a few thousand. You pay more, it'll give you a few thousand more, and it can guarantee you those. And pretty much if it's decent content, you're going to get likes on it. It pushes it out to the right people. It could do that to every video, but no, if you got to give it money now. That's what TikTok's become. I think it was a lot more friendly earlier on, but now it's just so massive. And the algorithm, it tries. I think. But what I'm going to say is that even though it doesn't push it out and you don't get the thousands of views, there are still multiple advantages for musicians to continue to be on TikTok or, the next platform. But this is a great one to create community and to find others in your tribe, right? To be able to share, commiserate, and also to learn from, as we are all just learning, right? That's what this is all about. So when I looked at, I said, if I had maybe around 63,000 likes. Now, at first, that's amazing. A like is somebody engaging with your content. Boom, boom, boom. That makes a difference. And then taking the time to comment. So almost 13,000 comments over the past 2 years. I think that really is very nice that when people do. And I have gotten to the point where I'm trying to manage now not only TikTok but Instagram, Facebook. I've done more and more and more. That became more, kind of an offshoot as I thought TikTok was going to go away. And now YouTube, and just being able to respond to all these comments is somewhat overwhelming, but I try. All right, peace, y'all. It's your old pal, Nicky Two Shoes, and thank you for being here and viewing some of my new content and some of the old content on this channel. While you're here, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. I promise I'm going to be posting a lot more content now that this channel's kind of been revitalized. You know, we've come in, gave it some CPR. You know, it's no longer on its last leg, hopefully. So you'll want to be updated when I'm posting new content like album reviews or stories from the road or just some songs that mean something to me. And if you have a request, shoot it to me. If I haven't done it yet, or maybe I may want to try to redo it again, I'll give it a try because I love trying new songs. That's what this whole channel is about: music and peace and love. All right, now on to the next part. And then people bookmarking, you know, your content. Got 2,222. I love that number. Around 1,400 shares. And then if I was in the creator fund, this is about how much money I would have made. And so let me talk to you a little bit about the creator fund. So I did try to go for this creator fund thing. So if you get 10,000, so if there's a couple of tiers you want to get to in TikTok, depending upon what you want to do. So if you want to go live, a lot of people want to go live. I've done it a couple of times, but I'm not one of the, some people, that's all they do on TikTok, especially performers and musicians. It's like busking, and people can send you gifts and people can make requests and you can do. I found, more, at this point right now, not to say I'll never have that component in my repertoire of stuff, but I have found content creation using CapCut and being able to, get a little, layers and, working with some backing tracks and, I don't do a whole lot. I have played some with, post-production editing. Most of it's, it's just live. Hey, you're on TikTok Live, baby. TikTok Live right now. What's up, my TikTok family? Musicians of TikTok, love you, babies. And it's what it's warts and all, but sometimes, I'm able to edit out those warts if they're too bad. And you can't do that in the live, right? So, but you do have more opportunity for engagement and also money. Yeah, that's a lot of people are doing this for us. They want to make this just a little little income on maybe on the side. Some people are doing this completely as a content creator. As a musician, this could be a very good way for you to continue to be able to have side streams. You need to have revenue streams from varied sources. So a lot of people have tried, using the marketplace and whatnot. YouTube has these same things, the same advantages. Over the years, what I've seen as TikTok, when I got on, like I said, TikTok at first was just, a couple second videos. Then it moved up to, 3 minutes, 6 minutes. Now, you can do 4 hours, maybe. I don't know. It's a lot. And so TikTok's really going to become more like YouTube, but it is still, I love the interface for being able to just scroll through and find content. And I thought they had that. And the duet feature, right? And it knowing the kind of content. It's when you get the algorithm trained. And that's another key to any app, social media app. That's training the algorithm to where it knows what to feed you, all right? If you are getting content. Now, as a content creator, you also need to learn the algorithm, and something I have really obviously, and I've got to admit, I never expected that, and I did not get on TikTok to become viral TikTok star, and the kind of content that I create is not that, it's just cover songs, right? But it could be pushed out more, and I've seen other artists of similar, style and doing the thing that I do. And maybe they've been doing it a little bit longer, but they've got a better fan base, and they're getting a lot more views than old Nikki Two Shoes, right? But I'm very happy with the views that I do get because they are generally from the ones that I have engaged with and have created kind of a tribe with, right? Great friends that I've made over the years on TikTok, and these are just musicians who love music and love, singing original songs, cover songs, playing music to things that aren't even, musical instruments. They'll take, a baby laughing and make music to it. great stuff that you can do, very creative, right? So yeah, that's been a great aspect of the TikTok experience, and some of that you can't do, definitely, without some more editing skills. And I've got some, and I'm still learning. So for other platforms, but TikTok has that built-in feature. And so, if I was going to do this for money, one of the reasons why, and when I started looking at, my follower count, and I mentioned about, you want to get up to 1,000 to go live, 10,000 views or viewers. Let me say that again completely. 10,000 followers will enable you for the Creator Fund. I think that's still the case. And I had a certain number of hours as well. It was 10,000, 10,000 followers and 100,000 video views in the last 30 days. And that gets you eligible for the TikTok Creator Fund. I did join the Creator Fund when I hit 10,000. That was one of the reasons I was pushing, trying to get to 10,000. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. When I got to 10,000, I got in the Creator Fund. A couple videos, I did make a few shekels, but overall, I would get these, notices from TikTok saying, you're not eligible for the Creator Fund, mainly because I was doing cover songs and that. I don't dance, and I wasn't doing, TikTok videos with background music either. These were primarily, sometimes I'd have backing tracks, but I wasn't just using the original artist music to lip sync to or anything. So, but I would always be ineligible. So I ended up getting out of the Creator Fund, but I did strategize trying to get up to 10,000 by doing what some people probably are against, but it's these things called follow trains, and some of them I thought were worthwhile. One was called Calling All Musicians of TikTok. So you'd be scrolling through and calling all musicians of TikTok.
Calling all musicians of TikTok. Follow me. I'll follow you back. Let's support each other on this app.
All right. And you follow me and I'll follow you. And that did help boost my follow count. And if it's other musicians, that's fine. But there are other follow trains, and I got on them too, right? It was follow for follow. If you follow me, I'll follow you. So I did that, right? Bumped me up. I'm at a little over 11,000 followers. But now, 2 years. Looking at it and reading more and more about it, in terms of views and getting your video pushed out to the FYP, and that is the For You page. That's where people want to go, and that's where if you pay the $20, they'll put it out there, And but there are ways that the algorithm could possibly be more friendly to me, potentially, if my followers were more engaged, right? So a lot of those, and I got to be honest, I'm not engaging with their content either. So here's what Nikki's going to do. So I went through and I've been looking. I told you I looked at my data, and like I said, this is a absolutely great site to go through. And I can also go through and I can look at my videos, and I can see which ones based around views were the most popular for me. And I've had a couple popular videos. The one that has the most views currently, almost 22,000, was this little duet with Sheryl Crow. And she was just awesome getting out on TikTok there for a little while. She's out on tour now. But she was actually creating content for people to duet with. It was actually created for the duetting, and that was really cool of Sheryl.
Well, I'm loving getting all the requests from you guys, and it seems like everybody kind of wants the same song.
Yes.
So I'm going to do it for you.
Thank you.
But I'm going to leave spaces in there for y'all to sing the Kid Rock part.
Okay. And then some other content I created, and they show fairly decent engagement and also numbers of likes. So from my top 3 videos from 14,000 to 22,000. The number of likes and comments seem fairly equal across those 3, and those have all been in the last 5 months. So my growth has continued, but it's kind of stagnant, right? So I when I look back, and I was able to look, and what it's able to do is every time I ran a report, it shows. So back in August of last year, 23, I had currently stood at 442,000 views. So I'm currently a little double that, almost a year later. That's about right? Now I'd already been on about a year and a couple of months. So in a year and a little less than a year, I've doubled that. And all right, peace, y'all. It's your old pal Nicky Two Shoes, and thank you for being here and viewing some of my new content and some of the old content on this channel. While you're here, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. I promise I'm going to be posting a lot more content now that this channel's kind of been revitalized. You know, we've come in, gave it some CPR. You know, it's no longer on its last leg, hopefully. So you'll want to be updated when I'm posting new content like album reviews or stories from the road or just some songs that mean something to me. And if you have a request, shoot it to me. If I haven't done it yet, or maybe I may want to try to redo it again, I'll give it a try because I love trying new songs. That's what this whole channel is about: music and peace and love. All right, now on to the next part. And if you look through, and you'll see that the, you know, not only did my views double over the past almost year, but my likes have doubled, the comments have doubled, shares have doubled. You know, bookmarks, none, but had gone up to, you know, really increased up to 2,200. And, you know, the number of videos that I've been posting, you know, that's almost double, right? You know, so it stands. But look at my follower list, right? I've only... From over, you know, less than a year, only gained 300, you know, and I will say, it's been I'm gaining every day. I'm adding, you know, every day, but I'm losing also, you know, because of the follow trains. I think, you know, people aren't engaging. It's okay, you know, and it's okay if you didn't engage with my content because like I said, I'm probably not engaging with yours. So that's why calling on musicians of TikTok. Generally, if you're in a, you know, a subgroup or community, it's better, you know, to follow those kinds because you generally have the same kind of likes, right? And you're probably going to like each other's stuff. But you may be into, if it's ceramics or, you know, I have, you know, tennis or pickleball or something, you know. I'm probably not going to engage as much with that. So anyway, I am doing something now. So a great friend of mine out here on TikTok had mentioned that she was going through her friends list, and I'm doing the same. So I'm unfriending them, I'm unfollowing, okay? So... And that's tough. It really is. I mean, I have been, you know, unfollowing people who weren't following me for a while. So if you weren't following me, I would just not follow you. That's okay. You know, no hard feelings. That's okay. I just didn't want to keep you in my my following feed. You know, so the TikTok algorithm supposedly sends out, you know, to a couple, you know, first to the FYP and then to some of your followers. So you want that, and then it's based around how many kinds of, you know, engagement things. Did they like it? Did they post a comment? Did they share it? Did they bookmark it? Those kind of things. Those all count up in the algorithm, whether it's going to get you to the next level and feed it off more. So when I look at my, you know, my counts currently, you know, which they're not really great, you know. Let's just get over here to, you know, like I said, all of this kind of, when I look at the most recent videos and not just the most, so something I just posted today was this morning when I ran this report a few hours ago was only at 62 views. Something posted yesterday, less than 200. 2 days ago, 309, not decent, you know. 3 days ago, 239, 274. 3 days ago, there were three videos. But, you know, that's, when you look at it, and it doesn't sound like each of them didn't get a lot, you know. But that's almost between those three. You know, we're getting closer to that 1,000 number, you know, and you know, even 200, you know, most of the gigs the Grapevine plays, we are probably less than 200 folks there. So just getting 200 people to view your content's not bad, people, is it? You know, but we do want more. You know, we want, that's part of the game, right? You want to see if others, you know, because you know that if it's sent out there, like, you know, with the Sheryl Crow video, I know if it gets out there, and I have tried. and it does work if you pay, and you're going to get the likes too if it's good, if it's okay stuff. People are going to like it because, like I said, people are very supportive on TikTok, and the algorithm knows where to push it. It's just not pushing it for me. And it may be based around because I have all of these non-engaged friends. So I am unfollowing them right now. You'll see this right there. It may take a few days. It may take a few weeks because TikTok doesn't like you to do things like that very fast. If you like way too much, or if you unfollow and things like that, it'll kind of shadow ban you or just make you stop. Put a little, say, hey, you can't do this anymore because it thinks you're a bot or something that's going on that you shouldn't be doing. Let's see what happens. So that's the truth. Here I am. So I'm currently at around. My average views for the past couple of weeks have been between 200 and 300. Here's some of just a week ago, a couple days ago, 7 days ago, only 177, 165 views. Still, if I keep looking, go down, there's a 300, 318, but nothing in the thousands, nothing. The highest one, how long ago was that? I could get to this. It's been a while for Nikki. There's one with 650 views, and none of these were, obviously none of these did I do the promotes, but I have done promotes in the past just to see if they worked, and one or two of those with Cheryl, I did a promote just to get the views out there. I may have done a little promote with this Dewey Brothers one too. So it was all positive. So with those, just testing out the duet feature with Cheryl, or no, the promote feature, not the duet feature. Yeah, but a lot of these, some of these have been reposted too, so the view count, I could kind of, put them or combine them together and see if that would be a better indicator of how well the song performed. But truly, it's just so hard to determine. And I'm not the only one out there trying to determine or figure out how the algorithm works, and I'm not going to figure it out. It has been even though, and I'll have other videos about this, TikTok's been very controversial. For a man of my age to be on TikTok, all my friends and family members are like, what the hell are you doing, Nikki? First you're calling yourself Nikki. Now, my name is Neil, right? But Nikki was, a band nickname, and you on TikTok, you want to be, you don't put your real name out there generally, and you have your, kind of a persona. My TikTok persona became Nikki Two Shoes, and that's kind of been a great way for me to learn more about the content creation struggles and strategies, and to then move that over to Instagram and Facebook, and I'm getting some traction there. And I'm now finally, now that this YouTube channel's kind of been revitalized, we'll see. You got any strategies? Am I doing the wrong thing getting rid of these folks? Maybe not. Like I said, a lot of people just view, I'm not going to have, through follow trains, I'm not going to be able to get 250,000 followers. And I would rather them be real followers, people who really want to follow Nikki, not just because I followed you and you just felt obligated and then you don't engage with my content. Unless you're a musician, you're just supporting each other. Sometimes that's okay. That one's, a little different. But just, anybody following anybody, and sometimes it may not be a good thing. I'm seeing it over on Instagram as well. They do the follow for follow there. I've taken advantage a little bit. It's more difficult to get rid of users or followers on Instagram than it is here on TikTok. But like I said, I don't like doing that, But like I said, if you want to get to certain levels, you've got to have those followers. So I thought maybe the Creator Fund would be, an opportunity for me to recoup some of and there's not a lot of overhead for this kind of stuff. This is my phone I'm recording this on right now, and I've got a laptop, and a mic here, and it's not a lot of overhead to do these kind of video recordings. But it would have been nice, to get a little something for your time through the Creator Fund. And just because others you were hearing about were, but they were the ones who had gone viral with Tide Pod challenges and dancing. And Nikki's not going to do that. Nope, not today. I might in the future, though. Anyway, thanks for joining me, y'all. Really appreciate it. I'll be visiting this topic on occasion. So we'll look in a couple of weeks after I get rid of all my unfriends, the fake friends. after I unfollow them. We'll see. I'm going to watch my follower count just continue to go down. I was standing right now. If I look where I was when I started this and the data was downloaded earlier today, I had around 11,300, 11,400 followers, and I was following around 8,900, almost 9,000 people. That's going to decrease, and then I'm going to take a look at my view count because I'm going to keep posting. I still like TikTok. And I still love duets. That's the coolest thing. Every day, I never know. I might wake up and somebody's duetting me, one of my good friends, and that's just, an honor when somebody takes their time to harmonize with you or vocalize or play some music with you or do something in the background and just sit and watch you or dance along with you. It's an honor. And, that's been one of the aspects of TikTok that I love the most. And that it's, somewhat, TikTok's not about being all professional, and there's that aspect some folks do, but being a little amateurish, and it's okay to be goofy and screw up. That's one thing I did love about TikTok more than the other platforms. The other platforms make you try to be too serious. Instagram, they make me feel I have to be Hiromi in order for anybody to, appreciate my piano playing. You have to be, just a genius, but not all of us are geniuses in music, although what we all provide is very positive for the world, right? And so what I've been, and I think what others have found on TikTok is that great vibe of sharing music, sharing peace and love, and just having some fun has been a great experience. And I'm going to continue to do that because I love my TikTok buddies. But as I'm learning more, I'm going to share that here on YouTube, and it won't just be about TikTok. It'll be other things as well. So stick around, stay tuned, and I'll be back in a couple weeks with updated numbers. All right, peace, y'all. Bye for now.